Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Ophelia, and today I just thought I would play around with a couple of things. I found an extra page here in this journal, and this is the one where I literally almost thought that I was done, and I found a blank page. So I thought, what a way to start this day. What a better way to start this day than to just play around, finish this up so that we can move on to something new. So I gathered a couple of supplies, one being this collage image. I know this is the one that I think I'm going to make the central focus of everything. So I just have myself a pretty simple color palette here. All of these are Lukas paints, titanium white, light gray. This one is Prussian blue and a mauve. But then I found these. Of course, remember, this is the year that I want to just kind of use things up, and these have been sitting in my stash. So I thought I'd play around with these as well. And these are the Derwent extra large graphites. And also some Derwent Graphitint pencils that I thought would kind of go with this color palette. So I'm going to play with these and pretty much just play. It is way early here. It is 3:50 a.m. on a school morning. So I thought I would just get up and turn the camera on and just play in my journal. So I hope that you guys are having a great day. I cannot thank you enough for always watching. I do know, just to even start this off, this page has already been prepped where I've already glued some papers down with the matte medium and I've gessoed over everything. So it's ready to go, and I'm just gonna start playing around. And I don't even remember when I bought these, but what I know that I like is that they, you can, for instance, like pull color like so and paint with them. So I'm just gonna kind of spend a little bit of time playing around. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can also do one of these numbers with them and activate it again with water. And I have no idea what this is going to end up looking like. All I know is that I simply wanted to kind of play around, experiment more with things that have been lost in my studio. I know this year I just simply want to use my materials more, and so I do like this blue. I don't even know if they have color names listed, but I really like how nice and vibrant this blue is. And I wonder what this does. Okay, I really like these. And It's something that I found in my stash, of course, and it was probably something at the time that I bought it that I knew I desperately needed, and I bought it and never touched it again. So, that was fun. I'm gonna let this dry up for a second, and I will be crashing things. It's just too early. Crashing things, I'm gonna let this dry up for a second, and I'll be right back. Alright, now that that's all dry, I'm just gonna start playing around with some of these acrylic paints. Could not find my regular palette this morning. So I've just got this little tiny tray that we're just gonna roll with because I want to go ahead and get this done and not come up with an excuse as to why I can't. I don't know why, but lately I've just honestly, I feel like I've just not really been in the mood to paint, and it could be, I had a really large commission this last week, I guess, where had 16 paintings, and they were just my little mini 8x8 abstracts. But I think I just kind of wore myself out with it and haven't really felt like doing much of anything now that I've gotten that done. And I'll try to remember to put in a picture because now they're all hung. There's a lady that was opening up a store and wanted 16, and again, they were just little minis, but I think I just wore myself out with them or something, or just I'm not sure if you've ever painted before, and it's like you've just, after you're finished with something like a big commission like that, where then you're kind of uninspired, and that's the way I've honestly just been feeling lately, where I literally feel like, okay, everything I had went into those paintings, and they were 8x8 little abstracts, and then I've just kind of been feeling like I'm just toast now. So I thought this would be a great way to just kind of ease myself back in. And the one thing I do love about my journal is that it's honestly no pressure. It's just me painting, playing, experimenting, and for nothing other than just my personal satisfaction and love for play. So that's why I honestly find my time in my journal just so refreshing almost, because there's no pressure, there's no stress. It's just me playing around. So I think I've got this built up enough, okay, maybe not, to where I'm gonna dry it up some. I did pull out a stamp that maybe I'll use, but today I just figured I wanted to keep it pretty simple. Yesterday was, I am a teacher, and so yesterday or last night was parent conferences, and so I didn't get home until 8 o'clock maybe, and so I don't know why I'm up so early, but you know what, I'm up, let's go ahead and make the most of it. So I'm gonna dry this all up, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, now that this is all dry, maybe dry enough, I am going to use this trusty old Darkroom door. It's the background stamp. I think they still have these available. The name of it is called French Script. I will do my best to remember to link it below, but it's always just been a favorite of mine to just, add some interest or some texture in the background. Unfortunately, I ended up getting rid of a ton of my ink pads, so I just have a couple left, and since I'm on a no-buy these will have to do. The stamp clearly was dirty because even though this one's a blue, it came out kind of reddish, but I'm okay with it. And I think this ink will be okay to just carry on. All I know is that I want to use this guy, and it's another one of those Teesha Moores. I am also going to I think I want to find something up here, or maybe this can go here. Yep, we're not going to overthink it. And let's see here. This is another piece of paper that I did some water marbling, so I think I'll use maybe some of this little gray bits maybe to up there, or I don't know. But anywho, I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to start. Let's do it this way. Some of this pink with it looks pretty cool as well, but I just want something to go up there in that corner. I'll maybe cut this down a little bit more. Now I feel like I'm going to overthink it, so I'm just going to grab my matte medium here. Good enough. And I'm just going to glue these down. A lot of times when I feel just completely uninspired, or just where I just feel like I don't want to do anything, I will come up and just kind of putz around in my studio, look through my baskets of ephemera, and that's what inspired me last week. Which a lot of times it does help, but sometimes I just feel like, you know what, I guess I just don't want to, and that's okay too, because one thing I know is I don't like to force the process. So when that happens, I will just do something else. Maybe grab a book, or watch some YouTube videos, or especially I love watching YouTube videos on something different than what I do. That always seems to help. And then it's almost like magic where something just turns back on, and then you're kind of like ready to go again. Sometimes it works, sometimes, you know, it might take a little bit longer. But I always find what's very important is to just continue to show up. So I'm going to dry this up, and I think this is going to be it for today. Maybe do some journaling, but let me dry this up and I'll be right. Okay, while that had been drying up, I went down to refill my coffee, and think I'm going to use this jumbo jet black pencil to just kind of go around and um, maybe roughen up these edges a little bit, just to kind of make everything blend in. And I know I want to do some sort of writing here or journaling, but I'm not really sure yet of exactly what I want it to say. And a lot of times, as I'm just kind of scribbling along the page, something will come to me. So let's just hope that happens while I'm kind of mindlessly going around the edges. Maybe around this a little bit. I also grabbed in, let's move this, some of my acrylic markers that I want to use, and this acrylic ink. It's just the Rowney FW ink, and oh, here it is, my dip pen with nib. So let's just see what happens here. And this is the part where I always get nervous, because I just don't know how it's all going to play out, or if I keep going, will I ruin everything? And, you know, if things start to go really badly, I don't know. So it's just, let's just, alright, see, here I go overthinking it, but let's just go with it. If it's really bad, then we all get to see me do it really badly, and that's okay too. I'm running out of ink, but that's okay. Imagine me running out of something. one thing that I know, excuse me, is that a lot of times when I'm working on something, it's almost like I get it done and then, oh, what am I trying to say? I'm just not patient anymore. Like I get something done and then I'm kind of over it. Why is this dirty? So one thing that I know that I want to do more of is to just slow down and take more time with the pages after I'm finished, and just kind of, I guess, add a little bit more detail or spend a little bit more time with getting, I guess, adding, like I said, more detail. It's too early for me to even form sentences now. But then, a lot of times I just feel like, okay, it's over, so let's just be done. And, yep, I think that I'm going to call it done, because there's a couple of other things that I need to get done this morning. One being another commission that is due this Saturday, and maybe that's why I'm up so early, is because it just has to be done. And this year I decided that I was going to paint larger, and so a lady asked me to do a 36 by 36 piece, which for me is ginormous. So I'm gonna get busy working on that, and I think I am going to possibly call this done for the day. So I want to thank you guys so very much for watching, and thanks again so much for all of your kind words and just such love for welcoming me to this whole YouTube universe. But I will see you all next time. Bye.